Get your fitty, bitch. Get your fitty, nigga. Get your fitty, bitch.
Yes, sir. We back again. It's your favorite partner, them, the Get Your Fetty Entertainment Podcast crew. Y'all know me. I'm Nemo. How y'all doing? It's a good night. It's been a good day. And you know I'm here with my partner. Who that is over there?
Yo.
Yes, sir.
Cozy as pimp. You know what it do.
Facts.
Or do you?
I don't know. They might not. But it's okay because it's coming soon. But today we are joined by a lovely guest. Another one of y'all partner hymns, you know what I'm saying? The only Sports Bay Ray.
Give it up.
All right. What's going on? What's happening? How you feeling? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good, you know.
How's that drive?
Long. Long.
She was mad at me talking about, I'm been driving all day. I'm like, all right, but we've been trying to get this going for a minute. We got it. Let's
That's
rock.
not my fault that y'all have conflicting schedules.
I mean,
That is not my fault.
nah,
Nigga.
it was really your schedule.
Facts.
Huh?
For a while, it was your schedule.
Yo, scared.
Because we had every weekend free.
I'm not free.
Okay, so what we're not
I'm talking about
to do
before.
is, like,
When we
place
first
the
started
blame.
this. When we first started this, that's what was going on. But it's okay. You're here now. And
And I'm not coming back.
I'm never coming back. Never coming back. Why not?
exactly.
Why not? Was the drive really that bad?
Nah. The drive wasn't. It was alright. It was alright.
It's okay. Yeah, it's all good. At least you didn't have to drive with. Well, okay, sort of because of the where you was at and what you was doing. Yeah, so it might have been probably the same
Oh, you had to
long
drive
drive.
far?
Yeah.
Yeah, I live on the west side.
What is that?
The west side of Atlanta.
What is that?
I'm not saying where I live on for the world to know.
Yeah. But
What is considered the west side? What zone is that?
I have no.
I don't know. I'm not from here.
Yeah,
You're right.
live here.
Amaretta
I ain't
said
from
this
here.
is not Atlanta.
No, I don't want to get no landmark either. Not nothing close, but it toward.
Is it like over there by Mechanicsville? I know where that's at.
Mechanicsville.
What in God's name? Look,
What?
I stay by the Braves Stadium.
There you go.
I stay by Truist. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Over there by the Braves.
First of all, that's not even Atlanta. That's definitely Marietta.
Say, but he don't know. It is not.
No. I know exactly where it's at. I
Yeah.
just said I am not trying to tell people where I live. Ain't none of y'all business.
Facts. Okay, but yeah, there it is.
Oh, so he stay on the other side of the state. Okay,
Yeah,
got it.
Pretty much.
Got it.
Pretty boy, and it'd be worse because we typically be at each other's
I hope
house
this is
at
not the
night.
meeting point because that is just terrible.
But talking about just driving back and forth, like period. If we motherfuckers ain't leaving each other area until like what 11.
Yeah, it'd be that bad.
Be faded and don't want to drive, bro.
Oh,
It'd
Not y'all
be
having
terrible.
sleepovers.
Nah,
No, ain't
you know,
no-
we still
ain't nobody saying.
watch out. So, anyways,
Damn.
jumping into it. Jumping into it, man. So me and KB, we were wanting to do this episode for a minute, and I've been, seeing your posts, and I know you're wanting to talk about it, but we kind of want to dedicate a whole episode to like mental health. You know what I mean? Like how people deal with it, how big of an impact it has, you know what I'm saying, and all of that good stuff. And like I said, before we dive into it, like I said, I saw it I seen when you made the video on your YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
You want to kind of give us a little background about what that's about, what you do on there?
So like I took some like a year off from YouTube just to kind of like get my mental right, and I didn't feel like as confident in posting my content. And I just figured from my first video back, I would do like a mental health check-in because people are always asking me like how I deal with it.
Facts.
And the things that I go through and how I cope. And I was like, you know what? Let me actually tell y'all like that this is real. This is a very real thing. And I just thought about touching other people because while I was going through everything, nobody wanted to talk about their story. Nobody in the black community wanted to like share their story. And I was just like, if I could just touch just one person, I'll be satisfied.
Facts. Yeah, and I mean, you know, of course it's a touchy subject, but a lot of times people don't want to tell their story just because they don't know what type of backlash they're gonna get from it. But me, honestly, if it's something like that bad for you, I honestly feel like the weight off your shoulders is better than whatever backlash you're gonna get.
I feel like it shouldn't be like conversations of like somebody getting backlash. Like if somebody feels comfortable enough to like come talk to you about whatever it is, like I feel like you shouldn't judge them because that took a lot just for them
Facts.
to want to have that conversation.
Yes, I feel that. Because I feel like if I come to you, I'm coming to you for a reason.
Exactly.
Right.
Like, I want your opinion. Or I want you to, well, I feel like you should tell people, I'm just trying to vent. Or, hey, I need advice. Because sometimes when you try to vent, people think you want advice and you get upset because they're telling you something. You're like, oh, I ain't asked you all that.
Nah, like
It'd be like
genuinely.
that.
But yeah, you know, I feel you.
It's like that.
Definitely when you going through something, you're like, bro, I definitely don't want to hear all that right now.
Yeah.
Right. You just like, you really like, I always just wanted somebody to listen. Just listen. And it's like, people don't know how to listen. And that be the problem.
It do. It definitely do. So now was your YouTube like just based off doing that solely? Like what were you what's the
Nah,
YouTube's
my
purpose?
YouTube, I kind of treat my YouTube channel, like when I record videos, I kind of treat it like a diary.
Okay.
And I just be like, okay, I know somebody going through this. I know somebody had to go through this because I'm going through it. And it's just like a way to kind of like, you know, tell people. Like, I think at the end of it all, it's just like, I just want to touch somebody. I just want somebody to feel like, okay, like, y'all not the only people who went through this.
Right.
Like, let me just change what it is. It's like mental health, it's sports, it's a combination of both. It's a lot of stuff on my channel.
But I mean, those two things really be hand in hand though, especially sports and mental health. Like, I mean, if you ever were to just think about, I guess, what to talk about on an episode, if you haven't done anything like that before, definitely dig into their mental health about, you know.
Yeah, I don't want people to think like we gonna sit here and we gonna argue like Stephen A. Smith and JJ Redick every episode. No, that's not it. And it's not just tapping in with like athletes. Like I got homies that are coaches. I got homegirls, you know, that are still active in their sports. And it's just like, I just know that y'all like have so much stuff that y'all want to say. And I don't want people to feel like mental health is just within the athletes. Because a lot of coaches, a lot of recruiters, a lot of managers go through the same things. And it's like, why are we just stopping at athletes? Like, let's talk to everybody involved in the sports world.
Right. Okay. I see you putting it together, but I told you, like, all you got to do is put it out there. I've been telling you that for a minute.
The thing about putting it out there, like, you just, especially like when you're a female and you're a black female in a male dominated thing, it's the constant like fear of, are people really gonna like, can I cuss?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like, are people really like gonna fuck with your content? Like,
Yeah.
I want people to know, like, it's just, I know y'all know me for sports, but I'm like way deeper, and I want y'all to really like hear what all of these people are talking about. Like, I really want people not to like it, but to like
Listen, understand.
yeah, like to listen and understand like what is going on.
Facts. Okay, well, let me kind of bring a question out there. So, like, with the big importance of like mental health, from just your perspective, what is it that you want to gain? You probably said it already, but just to kind of bring it back, what is it that you want to either gain from the people listening, or what are you trying to gain from encouraging people to speak their stories?
I don't think it's like a thing for me to gain. I just want to help somebody.
Facts.
Like, you were there through a lot. So it was like, I just wanted somebody to listen. And I know, like, if I just want somebody to listen, anybody who's battling depression or whatever it is, they just want somebody to listen. Or, you know, they want somebody to tell their story and, like, share and be more open. I feel like if the black community was just a little bit more open, we could have a lot more conversations.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, then let's be open today. Show them how it's done, you know? Sometimes you just got to lead by example.
Exactly.
You do. Now, okay, let me ask. I'll ask everybody this. I'll start off with me. So, the question is: so when things get crazy for you, you know what I'm saying? Mental health, you get kind of crazy with the thought process and stuff. How your mind going crazy? You stuck somewhere. You don't know what to do. Everything just going crazy for you, fucking up your mental health and whatnot. What do you guys do? KB, start with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna ask you, then I'm gonna answer mine because I wanted to ask you
He
first.
probably smoke.
What do you do to handle it? Like, how do you cope with it?
Well, to be honest, I've only been seriously depressed once, and I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't handle that shit. That was my first time ever being depressed for real. That was my first time ever really going through something, and like during that time frame, man, I lost my goddamn mind.
Facts.
I'm not even gonna hold you. I was going crazy. I was just stuck in my head, bro. So like, it took me a long time to get over that shit. First thing I had to do was get out of that environment, and once I did that, like, it was just time. I mean, yes, to what you said, yeah, I do smoke, so I was smoking. But like at the time, I wasn't smoking blacks anymore, no cigars or nothing. I was just smoking weed.
Yeah.
So like once I started to feel like stressed out, I started smoking like cigars again. And then that turned into I'm
habit.
smoking cigars again. Like
Facts,
I was really smoking, so I don't think that was the best method. Like I just needed a little time, a little space, a little change of scenery. I just had to get up out of there.
I've had a few different times. My first time was when I was playing ball for Valdosta State. I was on the practice squad or whatnot, but it was just things that I was dealing with as an athlete. And it was messing up. I let it mess up like my student life. I've always been a straight A student, shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like that's debatable.
Facts. I really have. Not straight A's, A's and B's, but in college now. My freshman year, I definitely made straight A's.
A couple.
My
C's.
freshman year in college, straight A student. Swear.
This nigga
Promise
lying.
It's okay. C's get degrees.
No, these straight A's. Promise you. I was literally so scared to go to college.
A's.
Me and my boy Kenny, we dove ourselves in the library. After every class, went to the library. Ate, went to the library, fucking worked out, all of that. Shit was getting done. We was chapters ahead. That's the student that I was. But it was like,
Damn, what happened?
that's what I'm saying. Sports, I let sports get in the way because I transferred from where I was at to go to Valdosta because I wanted to play. They stopped the tryouts at Benedict, so I didn't go. And I was like, nah, I want to play football. Let it mess me up, and what I would normally do at that time, I really worked out a lot. It didn't matter what time of day it was, what time of night. If I had time, I went either to the school gym if I could, or I was right there in my apartment complex gym all the time. Like, it made no sense.
Are you gonna get like back on that routine?
I'm trying to.
Small.
I'm trying to. I was big at one point. I'm trying to, but
Damn.
yeah, I told you.
Look, don't feel bad, bro. The same thing happened to me. Like whenever I
He looked like he
out,
been skinny his whole life. No,
that's false. Whenever I had got out, I had lost 15 pounds, all muscle mass, bro. Like I just shrunk because I stopped working out.
Yeah, because you was in the military. Like,
Yeah, and I stopped working out. I stopped eating the same. Like,
but you tall though, so it's different. I'm short.
But you tall though.
This the thing.
Fuck?
Short people can't be super skinny, and short people can't be big. I'm not fat shaming anybody. I don't need none of that negativity. I'm just saying, you either gonna look like a ball
or a bowling pin.
Exactly. That's exactly what you're gonna look like. I can't be that. You're tall. You can be whatever.
Both. Definitely can't be both. You're right.
But then when I started working, going back to it, when I started working though, I started really just trying to bury myself in busy work, not actually with my job and titles. Because at the time working at Foot Locker, we're supposed to be doing other stuff. I'm over here doing little stuff, like just to be out the way type shit. So I used to dig myself into work, but then, I do the same thing, my boy. I participate.
I withdrew myself, so I became real recluse.
No, I'm talking about smoking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
My bad. I was talking about overall. I withdrew myself.
So what about you? You can either tell us how you came up out of what it was, or how you just, if you slipped back into it, what it is that
Did you
you
relapse?
chill out.
Damn, like don't make it seem like that. But depression really is like a thing where you feel like you out, and like some people do get out, and then it has triggers.
He know that because you watch Euphoria.
Huh?
You watch Euphoria. You saw that.
Like I said, bro, I didn't have to watch any. I went through it.
I know. I'm just
dealt
saying
with it firsthand.
I'm just saying, yeah, but it's in for me, like I can go through it, but it's like I don't never really understand it till I watch a show like that, because I ain't even gonna hold you. Like when I sat down and watched it at the crib with y'all, the reason why I got so into it at that point was it was like, dang, some things, like not to the extent of that show, because that show got some
That
other,
show's wild,
yeah,
bro.
but
Fucking
like
wild.
how their thought patterns are, how they were thinking, how certain things were gonna happen, or however it was when they got into a depression or whatever. Your thought process, my thought process was like that in some things. You know what I'm saying? So it's relatable, but
It's like, for me, my thing was I cried. Like, I feel like in order to really like understand what you're going through, you gotta acknowledge your reality.
Facts.
And I think my thing was my first AA meeting, and I was like, damn, not only am I alcoholic, but I'm a depressed alcoholic. That's crazy. And I cried in that meeting, and I said, damn, this is my reality. I gotta accept what's going on to understand how I'm supposed to get out of it. Mm-hmm. And when I wasn't drinking, I had turned to smoking like heavy. Like, I'm outside at 11 o'clock at night, rolling up one, smoking.
I remember I asked you one night what you was doing, and you said, I'm like, what?
Yeah, I was like, okay, well, if I can't drink my problems away. And that's how, like, I knew, like, I was depressed, because I had turned from social drinking with, like, just going out, being at the bruh's cookouts with my friends, hanging out, celebrating birthdays, to coming home from work with a bottle of wine every night, bottle of wine gone by 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, damn, this is not normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, because it ties.
Wait. Why were you drinking though?
It was a lot of stuff that happened, like, from when I turned 20. Like, since the beginning of my 20s, every year it has just been something. I turned 20, I was diagnosed with lupus. I turned 21, my brother was in the hospital, he needed a kidney, so I did that. I turned 22, my lupus was not getting any better. Turned 23, I lost my cousin. Turned 24, I had my daughter. And then I turned 25, and things were starting to look up, but I was still kind of like sad, because it was like a lot of things in my life I just felt like wasn't going the way they were supposed to.
Okay. Can understand. Relatable.
So it ties into the next question. You already answered it too. So, like, how did you come to, the question is, so do you vent, or do you have someone to talk to? And you say you had a therapist, or you went to a meeting?
I haven't done therapy in like 2 years, but like the people who I talked to, I lost. Like,
yeah,
2018, my brother died like a week before Christmas, and that was like my diary. And then, 4 months later, April 11th, 2019, my cousin Leslie, she passed in a car accident. So it was like the way I got over the person who was helping me cope with losing my brother was gone. So I felt like I had nobody.
Yeah.
And I just went into like this really like dark, secluded like thing. And for a minute, Nemo, like I was telling you everything.
Yeah. We was talking. We had nights where we talked for a minute.
I'm talking about I had this man up till 4 o'clock in the morning. Nemo, I don't know what to do, bro. I'm tired. I'm sad as fuck.
But and it's not like to be cool or nothing, but it's like you got to take them conversations. You got to absorb. If someone's coming to you, you got to absorb it. Let them get it all out, because at one it went from like this straight up. KB, she would call me dead ass, like she said, crying. We wanted to talk this, that, and the third, and by like 3 hours in, we talking about Marvel. Like, yeah, it like you got to be able to do that. So once they want, my big thing off of somebody coming to me and talking to me about venting is I want you to come talk to me. I want to after you get what you got to get out, I want to have a conversation because I want to see the aftermath of the venting.
Right.
Because if you hit me with a or that's it, what you think, whatever to transition, and then you finally get it all out of you, if you're not like relaxed now, wanting to talk, wanting to have a conversation, almost kind of wanting to be social for the first time in a while, that's what I want to see. Because now, at least for that moment and however long that moment goes, you forgot about that. Not forgot, but let it all go, put it out in the atmosphere, so it's not like you haven't kept it bottled in. You know what I mean?
So I feel like what you're saying is you need a distraction.
Not a distraction, no. Because a distraction would be you wanting to talk to somebody about it, but instead of you picking up the phone, calling, or being able to go to that person's house, you got other stuff that you're trying to do that you really don't need to do. For me, I want to be able to talk you through whatever it is that you're going through, whatever amount of information that you give me. Because a lot of times, the advice that I've had has been people who've been going through depressions, but they're just deep in their thoughts and don't know what to do. But when they talk to me, they talk out whatever problem that they have, and it seems to lift like their spirits of whatever it is. If I can get them to talk through it, because that's how I just feel like I get out of mine too when I talk to someone.
Right.
I got to talk you through it. I got to explain to you what's going on. Just let me get everything out, every detail, and
then
hopefully I feel better. Yeah, like that's what it is.
But so okay, my question: when you vent, is it to get another perspective, or is it just like, nah, I just want you to listen?
Nah, like vent, like the definition of vent is literally like just blah, like just let it all out. Like that's what venting is. If I wanted your perspective, I'd have been like, I need some advice. I need some insight. I would have started the conversation with, like I would have presented it in a way where I need your advice or I need your insight on something. If I tell you I need to vent, I need you to just shut up, listen real quick, and let me just get it out. If I cry, if I scream, if I hit something on the wall, just let me get it out. And then, feel free to post your comments, questions, and concerns.
I feel like for me, it's different because, like you said, venting is venting. But if I'm asking for advice, then I legit want your advice. If I'm venting, it's because I just want you to hear what I'm saying. But I feel like when I vent, it's because I know I'm not tripping. Mm-hmm. And it's like the things that was like, whatever happened, and I'm thinking about it, and it's like, is my way of thinking about this situation wrong? Because I feel like I'm not wrong. Not saying that I can't be wrong, but yeah, that's what I mean. Like when you vent, are you venting because you want another perspective? Or it's like, all right, you just want advice? Because sometimes, like I said, I don't be wanting advice. Not because I think I know everything, and just because it's too much to be trying to tell y'all every little detail, because sometimes that's how you forget stuff. And I'm not one of those people where I leave out details. I'll tell you what I did, what happened, what they did. You know what I'm saying? I want you to know the whole story. So it's like,
yeah, I know.
Am I tripping off this shit if I do this, if I respond this way? Like, am I tripping if I do that? Or am I tripping if in that moment, like when I said this, or by not saying this, you know what I'm saying?
But nah, I feel that because for me, it just depends on whatever it is, the situation. I'm real like technical about certain stuff like that. So like, if I'm venting, I'm venting. I don't want shit back. Like, unless even in the middle of my vent, I'll be like, well, look, actually tell me how you feel about this. But when I need to talk, like, nah, I just got to get it out. Sometimes I'll say what I got to say if I'm in that state of mind, and then, okay, I'm cool now, and I walk away. I've done that to my dad a few times. But when I want advice, you'll know I want advice because like how you say you'll say something at the beginning. I'll be like, yeah, I want to know something. Or I'll be like, tell me what you think about this. That's what it is.
How you really feel.
So hold on, I'm gonna spin off of one of what Ray said that she's cried. KB, you ever cried during your depression? Go ahead, we opening up.
I feel like when I cried, it wasn't because of my depression. I cried over my ex.
Okay.
I don't like how he said that. I don't like how he said that.
What I say wrong?
What?
I mean, I'm just being honest.
I didn't cry before.
I'm not a crier. Let me just also say that I don't even like people crying in front of me.
Now that I don't
Dang,
like
so
either.
what do you do when
but,
babies
you
cry?
know.
That's different. You a baby. Like, you're not crying for no legitimate reason. Like,
Shut the fuck up.
you know what I'm saying? But I mean, I
They
wouldn't know.
fucking crying and shit.
I don't got kids, so I don't have to deal with no shit like that.
They
So,
fucking cried and shit. Shut up.
yeah, I just don't like people. Like, my sister was crying one time over some shit my mom did, like in front of all of us, and I left the room. Like, I love you. You know, you're my number one, my A1 since day one. But I don't like people crying in front of me.
Is it like you don't know like how to comfort them, or like you don't know what to do?
I know how to comfort you. You want to either talk it out, you want to hug, and you know what I'm saying. Everything gonna be good after a minute, but like I just don't like it. I'm not super That's what it is. I'm not super emotional, so it's like
It's really not. Like, and that's the reason why I laugh at KV a lot, because he be dead the fuck serious.
Oh, so he hasn't tapped in with his emotional side.
no, I'm tapped into my
He's
emotional
tapped in.
side. There's just certain things about me I just won't and will do. Like I said in the last episode, life has made me this way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Cause yeah,
It's giving very like heartless.
my butt
I'm
is
not heartless. No, I'm a super nice, genuine, kind person, but there's just
It's
certain
giving me Suge Knight.
okay.
vibes.
So
like I
put,
said, it's
It's
life.
violent.
Life made me like this.
put it like this. This is how, because KB really he don't care how. If he said it, then he said what he said. But like in our earlier episodes, KB is one of those people where like everything, well not everything, but majority of shit he says
He
comes
has
out
no
like
filter.
he's an asshole.
I listened to an episode. He definitely has no filter.
He has no
At
filter,
all.
and
At
he what did I just say? Dang, he has no filter, but sometimes he comes off assholish. And if he does, he will genuinely say, you know what, I'm sorry.
My
I did
bad.
not mean
You know what I'm saying?
to, say that. It was not meant to be like that. That's just how I talk. That's how he is too. Like, he will KB can sit there with a face like this for about 2 hours.
It's the fact that you said a face like this, like they can see you.
You can see me.
I see you. Accurate.
Bland the emoji on your phone with the nigga with the little yellow face emoji, the dots, and the nigga mouth straight across like.
Oh, because I sent you that.
He could do that and sit there for 2 hours, and it'd be a lot of shit that's actually happening.
Going on, yeah.
But it just takes a lot to move him. Put it that way. In a mad emotion, in a sad emotion,
Facts.
shit like that.
I'm an Aries, so.
Are you a March one?
Nah, I'm an April Aries. I'm April 10th. That's why when you was like April 11th, I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
It's my birthday now. Hold on. What's going on that day?
I got
Males Aries is definitely like a crazy thing. I don't like dealing. I'm an Aries, so I don't like dealing with them.
I love my people.
I don't like dealing with them. And then on top of that, you an April Aries, and then you 6 days after me, so it's like, oh, child.
shit.
How old are you?
Old enough.
How old are you?
I'm grown.
No, this is a serious question.
How old is you though?
How old am I?
Yeah.
I feel like that's not appropriate to ask a lady.
Okay.
I'm grown.
Fair
I'm
enough.
grown.
Facts. Okay.
I can
Fair
drink legally.
Okay. All right. I got something else to ask.
Shoot it. Shoot or shoot.
So,
It
which
just made me
one?
think of that lob night. 18. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry.
Chill out.
Go ahead. Shoot or shoot.
Nah. But so question: which one's harder? Admitting to yourself that you're in a depression, or the step you got to take right after that?
Admitting to yourself that you're in a depression.
Because some people will deny it. That's where a lot of the you get the people, and not. I know some people do it in public, but like a person like me, I'm a social person. I can be out in public.
Yeah, you super friendly.
But
I used to be.
if
You
I'm
can't tell.
going through some shit,
I'm sorry. What was that?
Go ahead, Nemo.
You said you can't tell.
if I'm going through some shit though, around that time, like I'm not gonna be out.
Right.
When you see me though, you know what I'm saying, it's still gonna be perky or whatever you see me as, Nemo. But
Not perky.
but like
doing very much.
people. It's some people who can go out in public every day because that's their, like KB said, distraction. They want to go out to fake it like they're feeling good just to come home by themselves and be before they go to bed in their depression. So is it harder to admit to yourself that you're in a depression and you need to fix it, or to step right after it, admitting it, and then going to fix it? Like your first step after that, which one is harder?
Okay, so like for like Alcohol Anonymous, you gotta admit that you have a problem in order to, I guess, like, I'm not gonna say cure it, but in order to kind of like receive help. And the hardest part is admitting that you have a problem, because a lot of people live, like you said, in denial. For the longest time, it was so much traumatic stuff that happened that I didn't want to believe that I was depressed. I would get up and go to work like nobody's business. I would still attend any function that I was invited to.
Facts.
I was still outside like nobody's business. And it was like, dang, like KB said, like those were my distractions. And I think it got to a point where it was like, I need help, but in order for me to get help, I gotta admit that I really got a problem. And I think like the part that people have, like the most difficult thing is like admitting that you're going through a depression. And a lot of people, they be like, no, I go to work, I'm happy, I got a kid, I'm married, da 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 da, blah blah blah. Okay,
that don't mean nothing.
that means absolutely nothing. If you go to bed feeling like shit, if you wake up feeling like shit, if you find yourself crying in the shower feeling like shit, you're depressed.
Yeah. So for me, like my way of it all kind of hit at the same time, but I was going to the gym or trying to train or doing this and doing that so much that I
just
feel
having
like
a hard time finding that you was in the gym.
I was for real. I mean, I had to. I had my whole time at Valdosta, I had a workout class with my with the weight training coach, and then I had to work out twice a day on top of that because I was on the practice squad. But it'd be times where like I don't have 2 hours to myself before I go, and I'll go 2 hours early, go work out because I just don't want to be around nobody. I want to just go work out, handle my business, and do another workout when the team get here.
You just been skinny since I've known you, so it's just hard to believe.
But it got to the point where I felt like at the time I was letting football consume me because I haven't been like no top tier athlete, but since Little League to high school, I've been one of those athletes where, it's no doubt once you see me on the field, you're going to put me in the game and I'm going to be a starter. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then when I got to Valdosta, I knew I was already behind the curve, but I worked my way to a certain point and they took it from me the first week of the season that I was supposed to play. They messed up my credits. You know, at NCAA rules, you got to have 24 credit hours going into the following season. So when I got there, first of all, when I transferred to Valdosta, I had 30 credits because I was in fucking Benedict going crazy. We was taking 18 credits both semesters. So I had all my shit come through. Took even more of the load than what I was supposed to in my sophomore year because my thing was like I could probably graduate early from what they was telling me. So the whole time the summer comes, what they told me was they haven't told me none in the summer class. They had a big screen on the TV and they put everybody's name up there and was like, you need to do summer school or you need this amount of credits, blase, blase, get it handled, do what you got to do. My name was never on there. Never on there. Come to the week before the game throughout the summer, bruh, that man told me, he was like, so you're not going to be able to play this year. I mean, well, no, he said you're not going to be able to play this game. I'm like, all right, cool. It's a away game. I didn't make the travel squad, cool, but I'm on the team. I'm straight. Home game, I'm going to be suited up. He was like, nah, you ain't going to be able to play this season because you got 23 credit hours instead of 24. I was like, what do you mean? Y'all ain't had my name on this list the whole time. And it hit right then because now I'm thinking like, nah, I got to work out even more to the point where it was like it overconsumed me and I had to stop it. When I got out of that depression was when I started dancing. That's when I got out of it.
You used to dance.
Yeah. That's when I got out of that depression.
Used to.
I still, you know,
I mean, I know you don't do it how you used to. But you know you still do it. You used to.
I get down.
Watching TikTok from this man.
watch out, man. Watch out.
If I like TikTok enough, I'd promote you.
You be dead off the most though, so I don't care.
I do. It'd be funny. I'll give you that, my boy. I will laugh. Because I didn't answer your question, I'm going to go next.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the question anymore. 2 people went.
It was.
This man here.
I said.
I did that for you.
I said, is it harder to admit to yourself?
Yeah, I got
you.
So when I got depressed, I felt like at first I didn't even notice it. So like it was like I was dealing with. It was an unknown variable at the time. So like I had just got out of the military. This like a couple months later, and so I was dealing with like finances and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was in between jobs at the time. And I had just started working a new job, and at first, like it was cool. Like overall, I don't have nothing against the job. It was cool, but like it really wasn't for me. And I was starting to tell myself like, all right, like I want to quit. But then I had to remind myself, like, all right, bro, like, everything's not going to be just handed to you. Everything's not going to be easy. Like, you're going to have to put in a little work, and it's a new adjustment. So you just have to, you know, tough it out a little bit. Like, you're still, I want to say it's probably like a month in. So I'm like, it's not fresh enough where it's like, all right, I don't know what I'm getting myself into, but it's still kind of early because, like, also at the job, like, they was talking about, like, oh, we about to move buildings. Like, oh, we about to do this. Oh, we about to do that. So it was like, all right, things are supposed to be starting to look up. So just give it time. You know what I'm saying? Don't just flake on it. But then there was other variables that started going in there too, and then like I started like having like family problems and shit like that. So like when I finally noticed, I was starting to stress out. Nigga, I was driving to work in silence, and it's like a 30-minute drive. Bro.
I do that.
I have music on some days, and I'm not even listening to the music. Like I'm just driving,
zoned out,
mad as fuck. And so like finally, I was just like, all right, maybe I'm stressed out because like I said, I started smoking again. So I was like, man, this ain't me. I told myself I was going to stop smoking a long time ago. I hadn't smoked in like 8 months. Mm-hmm. So it was just like, I don't need to be doing this. Once I finally realized I was depressed, I felt like trying to get over the next step, like what I need to do to get out of this was the hardest thing ever, bro. I was depressed for 8 months.
Yeah, that's a long time out of a year, my boy.
8 months. Bro, like I said, I lost my mind. I got stuck. And I just stayed in my head at that point, and that was a huge problem. And I feel like, because I was on the West Coast at the time, I ain't had too many friends out there. Like, my boy was going through some stuff. My other homeboy wasn't there. My other homeboy got his, his, I don't know if I want to say they together. His girlfriend pregnant, his now girlfriend pregnant. So it's like, I didn't have no one to talk to, really. The only people I was really talking to was, people on the east side. Like, my brother was talking to my sister. I was talking to my homeboy. He in Florida. My brother's in Pittsburgh. My sister's in Pittsburgh. My god sister, at the time, she was in Pittsburgh. So it's like, talking can only do so much. We can talk every day, all day, but it's just like, at the end of the day, I'm still in this shit. And then like, yeah, you telling me like, oh, it'll be all right, bro. It just takes time. I don't want to hear that shit right now. I know that already. I know it takes time. I know I'm going to get over it eventually. But it was just so much going on at the time. It was like one thing after another. It was like, shit, my nigga, like I'm fucking stuck. So it was like, I didn't know what to do at first.
Did y'all like throughout the and I'm talking when I say family members, like I'm talking about those family members that you confide in. Did y'all lose touch with a close family member that you had unintentionally because of the depression?
I feel like once I became depressed, not my family, like my real family, like my brother and my sister, at the time, part of the reason I got depressed was because of my mom. Like she was one of the variables. But like like I said, me and my brother and my sister, we always gonna be tight. Those my day ones. So it's like, at least for that part, nah, we ain't lose touch. My god sister, we still rocking out in Mecca. We solid.
Thanks.
My homeboy, I was just talking to that nigga before, when you called me and I was like, I'm on the phone, I was talking to him.
Oh yeah.
I'm still like, my people, they got me, bro. I know they do. But it was like, I feel like there was a lot of friends who, I feel like once I had got depressed, definitely because I ain't gonna lie, you wasn't following me at the time. I was wilding on social media. I was just posting all of my thoughts, bro. Anytime I would see anything relatable, boom, getting posted.
Facts.
This is how I feel right now, boom, getting posted. Damn, I felt like that the other day, boom, getting posted.
He was Justin LeBoy before Justin LeBoy.
That man done got famous off of reposting other folks stuff.
I have no idea who the fuck that is.
Yeah, it's a dude on Instagram. That name, I don't know. You said Justin, a little boy, something like that.
Yeah.
I've probably seen him before.
Yeah.
And reshared some shit.
Yeah, you probably have. The majority of people who repost stuff comes from him, and he reposts stuff.
From Twitter, and he put it on Instagram, and then people on Instagram reposted.
Reposted. He just got hella followers.
I be saying that. That's how I be seeing TikToks. I don't got TikTok, but I can go on Facebook or Instagram and I can watch a TikTok. Man, I'm never going to download that app. Actually, I might. My homegirl got a TikTok. I'm gonna watch her.
You gonna have to get on it because we building the Fetty page.
No, nigga,
on
the Fetty
TikTok
page can have a Fetty TikTok. I'm good.
That's what I'm saying. No, I'm saying it is.
Look, I got a Snapchat I barely use anymore. I got a fucking Facebook I never use. Like, man.
No, I'm just saying you gonna have to work your way around it. Because once it, not your own. I'm talking about having the Fetty page on there.
Straight.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You just got to know your way around it.
I'm not downloading another app, so I cannot use it, bro. I had to delete Twitter, bro, for that because I told you, like, I lost my original Twitter, and then I made another one. But my only reason for making another Twitter, I wanted to go back and reread my old page. So I made a new Twitter. Read all my bro. That shit was funny. I took screenshots. I said, I'm a funny dude because it was all from high school. So I was like, that's all I really wanted to Twitter for. After that, I deleted that shit.
I can't delete Twitter.
The Twitter app is not on my phone, bro. I don't fuck with Twitter.
Can't do it.
Because I know I'm not gonna say I'm gonna get in trouble, but I just know some shit gonna go down on Twitter, bro.
Anyways, did you lose any? Why you look like that?
Am I too much for you?
I'm just trying to figure out, like, do I say something about you watching TikToks on Facebook, or like the fact that you went and made another Twitter to watch your original Twitter?
Hell yeah, man. Well, if you would have listened to the episode, which I know you're gonna go home and watch it or listen, it's because I had lost access to I had broke my phone, and that phone had everything on it. So like. Once I got a new phone, I had an Android, and then I went back to iPhone once I broke my phone. So it was like once I went back to iPhone, I lost all of that. Could never recover my email. So
I have never went back to Android.
It was years later.
Like never do
this
that.
was
he got too many red flags. He was in the military. He had an Android. It's L's all across the board.
When I joined the military, I had an iPhone, and then I got off of my family plan and made my own plan, and so I had got an Android. And I don't know. I remember what it was at the time, though. The Android, that was probably the best phone out, but it broke.
I had an Android, but I didn't
sound 30.
I haven't had
close.
He sound 30.
I haven't had a Android since my sophomore year in high school.
I've always had an iPhone though, so that was the crazy thing. But I don't know why I was like, oh, let me.
I didn't get an iPhone until the 4 came out. I got it for a graduation.
That was my first
and
iPhone.
Ever since then, I've been
the iPhone 4. And then whenever I got on my own plan, I got that Android. And I always told myself, I was like, I'm gonna get the iPhone 6. So whenever I broke the Android, I got the iPhone 6. So like, fuck it, I ain't never going back. That's what 2015.
Can't relate.
7 years.
I can't relate to the struggle.
Anyways,
struggle.
I just can't.
Shit, I'll tell you what an Android could do that an iPhone can't. Download any and every music that comes out. I gotta go to Apple Music. Nah, man, I can download anything on Android.
I don't want to hear it because I don't have Apple Music. How you think I listen to my shit?
I don't know, nigga. How do you listen to your music?
Yeah, I got a whole app for my shit.
That's a struggle. I got Apple Music. I don't give a fuck if they change that to $20 a month. I'll pay for that.
I'm finna go back. It was just the fact that they was charging me for every different package. Like, I didn't like that every month.
That's because you didn't know how to work your phone.
Yes, I did.
I showed you how to cancel it. How did you know how to work it?
I'm saying though, but like I never signed up for it. I had the shit that came with you being in school.
Oh yeah.
Like that was my price. I was getting. That's what was coming out of my account. Somehow it just it went up to the $10.99 and then the $20. Like it was taking all three.
Oh,
like it was doing every last one of them, every package. I was like, no, that can't happen.
I'm sorry, my boy.
Can't relate.
But we would love to hear your answer.
I'm asking her first.
Yeah, that's what I was talking to her. You still crack your joke.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
So just to bring it back in case anyone forgot, what did I say? Did you lose like touch with a family member or something like that was real close to you or anything just because you was in a depression?
No.
Only one.
Everybody who knew I was depressed did everything like in their power to get me out.
But I didn't tell him.
Maybe
like my
that's part
cousin.
of the problem.
Like this was in the denial part. So I lost touch with my cousin. That's my dog. Like I'm born November 20th, 94, January
Damn, you
95. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's right after.
We the same age. I'm older than him though.
Yeah. But we same age. We grew up together. Like we lived in a bunch of areas. we lived a lot of our life together. And when I got off the school and that hit, because he came to my graduation, I came to his graduation, and you know, 2 different states, Georgia, North Carolina type deal. Freshman year, we talked all the time, and then it was like once I went through that, I never kind of got to telling him, because even though I was in the denial state, when I came out of the denial state first though, it was just head down, get it done, because I figured what it is that I need to do. I talked to one person, 2 people. One was my dad, and I forget the other person, somebody on campus, like I used to kick it with, probably my boy Tremaine, but them 2, and then I just went in. I wasn't talking to nobody.
Person on planet Earth named Tremaine.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Tremaine.
Oh,
that's
is that
my
your
dog.
name?
Oh my God.
The way he said it made it seem like KB was just like a nickname.
My name is Kadeem. Tremaine is Trey Songz's name, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Not y'all thinking that deep into it. Oh my God. Okay, go ahead.
But nah. But yeah, so it was like going through that, and then when I talked to them, I just kind of put my head down and went to work or whatnot. But eventually what I ended up finding out is he was going through some stuff too. He was doing it the same way that I was doing it too, really just trying to put his head down, do what he got to do to come up out of it. And we lost touch.
That is you?
Yeah,
Not
the
you?
chair.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
But
Can't hear that.
I know, but it might overpower it though. So I don't know. That might be straight. But nah. So it was like he started going through some stuff sort of around the time when I started coming out. So it was like I never really got to tell him.
Don't say it like that.
Okay, yeah. Rewind. You're right.
I
So
hear not a pause in there, my boy.
yeah, big pause. Okay, so he was going into his depression or whatever he was going through. He never came out and told me that, but I was getting out of my depression. So it was like when we started having conversations, I didn't know. I'm one to ask you, like, you all right? What's been going on? You got some stuff you want to talk about? Never really told me. But because how the conversation went, I never even got into telling him what was going on with me.
Right.
And then we just now kind of getting back into communication. Not even missing a step, but still just like it's a lot of time in between when I stopped talking to him versus when I got up out of that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I guess I'm the only one in here that got down, but I feel it.
It sucks. It's unfortunate. Like I said, I feel like I lost friends. So it's like, the relationship is still a relationship. I value all my relationships, friendships, family ships. But
I mean, but y'all probably had people like, that didn't see the signs. Like I had people that saw the signs. Like I went from being outside, social butterfly, to Ray, you coming out this weekend? Nah, I'm staying in the house. Ray, you trying to go to Auburn versus Alabama? Nah, I'm gonna skip this one. Like I'm not doing things that I normally do, so they caught on that something deeper was going on.
I feel like from my side, it was harder to see the signs because, like I said, I was by myself majority of the time. Like I ain't had no friends like that. I wasn't hanging out with people. I was going to work, coming home, hanging out with my girlfriend, going to work, coming home, and then it got to the point where I was literally just going to work and coming home, going to work and coming home, going to work and coming home, not talking to nobody, not doing anything.
It's the bounce for me.
I'm by myself.
Now, so the way y'all view depression, like how you done already talk to us about it, like, you would want to encourage more people to tell their story. It is the way you view depression based off of how like you were raised on how, like when, and how in the black community they tell us that we don't really talk.
You got a roof over your head, clothes on your back, shoes on your feet. What you got to be depressed about?
Do you view it based off of how you were raised, or did you take however you was raised and develop this mindset that you have for it?
You can answer first. Because my answer is not. I don't know how to answer.
Okay. Well, I was raised in like a communication household with my pops and 4 older brothers. So if I had a problem, and I always had a problem, if I had a problem, it was nothing for all 6 of us to sit down and I say what my problem was, especially being the only girl. So everything was, are you okay? Are you all right? How was school? How was this? Da 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 da. Then I moved in with my mom's, and everything was like, okay, if I had a problem, what do you have to be mad about? What do you have to be sad about? It was like, it was invalidating my feelings, and I didn't like that. So being raised like 2 different ways, how I view depression is like how I was raised with my pops. Like, it's something that can be communicated. Yeah. It's not something that we should invalidate, especially like in the black community.
Facts. Facts.
Growing up, it was just, well, my sister's dad was involved a lot. So it was like, I kind of had 2 parents, but like, he's not my dad. So it was like, it is what it is. I didn't really grow up with them all the way either. Like, I lived with my grandma for like 7 years. So like, going from living with my mom to living with my grandma was different. But both of them, I've never seen depression before until I was an adult. Like, didn't really know anything about it. Like, we probably learned about it in health or something like that. Never. I'm not gonna say I never paid no attention, but like, never really put too much into it. Yeah. And then once I joined the military, you see a different side of it, because like, now you're around real deal shit. So it was easier to understand. That's when we had learned all the warning signs and all that, because a lot of people are suicidal in the military, unfortunately. Like, it's a drastic change for a lot of people. So like, you really don't know how to handle it. And like I said, I never really had to deal with it. So like, whenever I had got depressed, it wasn't an easy conversation. Like, whenever I finally like tried to talk to my mom about everything, it was just like, well, get over it, move on. And it's like, that's
the problem. Yeah, like that is really the problem. Yeah. And it's tough like love. Yeah. No, it's not even a tough love thing. Like, it's talking to like, okay, the thing with the black community is whatever trauma your grandmother went through, your grandfather, your mother, whatever they went through, it was shut up, you'll get over it. And that gets passed down to kids. Yeah. And my pops was not that type of dad. He was like, you know what? I seen Vietnam firsthand. I've seen all of this. Damn, I need to raise my kids better.
Facts.
My mom had problems with her mom. So when I came into the picture, like when I moved in with her, like we had problems. And it's just like, why y'all want to continue the cycle? And it's like, that's where it really starts. Like, people think depression starts, you know, at school because you're being bullied, or, you know, at work because it's stressful or whatever. It really starts in your household at a very young age. And in the black community, that is a terrible thing, because if you don't know how to address it while you a kid, while you a teen, while you in your early 20s, and you have kids, it's going to flow onto your kids. And a lot of people don't want to talk about it. Like KB just said, he said, with my mom and my grandma, I ain't never seen it. Yeah. You grew up in a shut up and you'll get over it household. Yeah. Now you got to like look at it like, damn, when I have a kid, am I going to tell my kid to shut up and get over it? Or like, how do I acknowledge it when I first see it within my child?
Facts. That's one of the main reasons why I keep telling people I don't got nothing now. Like,
he ain't got kids because they expensive. We all know that.
Nah, tell me what you said last episode.
See, that's why I need you to do your research.
Nah, that one ain't out. You said this on the cricket. You said this on the cricket episode.
So the reason I don't have kids is because whenever I get with someone, when I get with someone, I want us to build something. So like, I don't mind you having kids.
He don't want other people's problems. Got it.
Facts. Because
got it.
Well, no. So what we talked about last episode, it depends on their age. I feel like when you dating someone with kids, their age play a factor. I'm not trying to date nobody with a teenager because that means you're probably too old for me. But
facts.
If you have kids and they like 5 and under, I'm not talking to you.
If the kid is under 5, the relationship is still alive.
Exactly.
That's a lot of.
And that's.
I mean, it's not true for everybody's situation,
but it's too. I don't even want to risk it.
I feel it though. I feel it.
You know what I'm saying? I want us to come together and build our family together. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason why I don't have kids. Like, if I have a kid, I have a kid. I ain't stressing. I'm gonna be a better man. Do what I need to do. I'm gonna be involved though. But another reason why I don't want to have kids, because I don't want to have to be the baby daddy
Y'all,
this nigga
yo,
over here, like,
I'm pretty sure being a baby daddy is fun as hell. Like,
no, see, but you're not missing one. I want to be a
Ah,
husband. I want to be a husband. I want to
here
be a
he go.
dad.
I want to be a husband. I want to have a wife. I want to
Yeah.
get married.
I mean,
Then
you still got.
I don't want none of that shit. But if I do, that's the route I'm going to take. Like I take marriage seriously. So I only want to get married once. Not doing that shit most of the time. Us getting divorced and me trying to find, I ain't fucking around. If I get married once and we get divorced, it's it for me. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
If we have kids during that time frame, then yeah, I'm gonna be the baby daddy then. But like, I'm not trying to just hook up with someone. Let's have a kid, or us dating and we have a kid and we break up.
Don't
like,
work out.
like
Yeah,
that. No,
I feel it.
we getting married first and then we having us some
you
children.
sound like a nigga version of me in 2018. I don't like that.
I've always thought like this though. Like I be trying to tell people, I'm not elusive. I'm not just out here to be out here. I'm exclusive. Like there's a lot that comes with me. Don't just look at me from surface value and just think,
Oh, yeah.
he like the rest of these niggas.
Yeah,
The
that
rest
boy
of these
there.
niggas wish they could
Hey.
be me.
He's real preserved for real.
We know.
Can't be real like
We know.
Shut up.
Sorry.
My whole upbringing, it was kind of different because when I was young, my parents divorced. So anybody who know, you know what I'm saying, pops had custody of me and my brothers. It is what it is. I live with my pops. When I went to my mom's, it was more of just like the fun time. That was really like whatever you're dealing with throughout the year, the times that you visit mom's, you let loose. You know what I'm saying? So I never got to a point up until probably about 2019, 2020 to where me and my mom's really just started talking heavy. I would talk to her every so often, but not. But so growing up, my dad and my stepmom from middle school, we would always have like family meetings. Now at first, it started off like my folks would really see a vibe change in us back then. Mm-hmm. So they used to really check in, you know what I'm saying, for a good little second. But then the family meetings started turning into, because niggas was being bad. And
lectures.
They wanted, you know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, bro.
So,
lectures don't work.
Exactly. So it started turning into that. So it was, after a while, they kind of just faded away until like maybe the family was finna make a big decision, or like if when we moved from South Carolina to Georgia, we had a family meeting. You know what I'm saying? When we moved from the house that we was at when we first moved to Georgia to the house we're at now, we had a family meeting. That's when it started happening. So after a while, when I go off to school, freshman year, I'm not really dealing with nothing. You know what I'm saying? You freshman year, you're doing what you're doing if you're staying on top of your grades. Transfer, even though I transferred closer, I felt a little more distant from them, because then it's when it came to, you grown, you need to figure it out. You don't need to be da-da this, da-da that. I appreciate you coming to talk to me, but you out in the real world now, so to speak. Some things you got to figure out on your own. But then it turned into every time I'm coming to talk to you guys. So like me and my pops, we talk. We have our talks. But it was like, as coming to them as my folks together, I couldn't have it, because the perspectives was too different. And it was like,
Excuse you.
this the chair, man.
I know. That's why I started laughing.
But it wasn't nothing that I would like keep from them. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't nothing like that. It was just on some, I'm not coming to talk to y'all immediately when I have a problem. I'm going to figure it out first, let y'all know what's going on while I'm in the midst of it. If you got any advice at that point, you can give me the advice, but I'm already pretty much in what I'm doing to fix it.
Right.
So that's where I was at with the whole situation with growing up. So like now I take that, and like you said with my son, I want him to be able to come to me for anything. I want him to talk to me about anything he feel he can, like, come talk to me about it.
Ooh.
Yeah, you better than me. I can't have that with my daughter. I'm like, don't talk to me about boys.
But you gotta have that talk. You gonna have to have that talk as a parent.
You gotta think about it. I ain't had no older sisters. I had nothing but strictly older brothers. So I didn't get the whole like, okay, if a guy does this, I got the, okay, this is what guys gonna tell you to get this. This is how they gonna run game. That's what I got. So when my daughter come to me and she like, mommy, I want to talk about boys, I'm gonna be sitting there, I'm like,
but
damn, you gotta tell your dad.
I had to figure that out on my own too. I had two older brothers, but both of them live in different states. My dad was in the military, so we was traveling everywhere. My oldest brother, he was living in South Carolina before he was killed. My second older brother lives in Kansas. So like, growing up to really start when you get to teenage years and then off to school, I didn't really have too much contact with him. You know, he came down to visit. We had a great time. Every time I talked to him, every so often, boom, it is whatever. But everybody was busy.
Right.
So I'm the oldest in the household. It's me, my stepsister, and my two little brothers. Like, so a lot of that stuff growing up, I had to figure that stuff out on my own too. I didn't really come to Pops too much. The way my Pops asked me how I was having sex, it was the awkwardest fucking thing ever. We was watching TV. My parents were sitting on either sides of the couch. I was sitting in the middle, and the condom commercial came on. And my daddy was like, "You know what you're doing?" I was like, "Oh." And he was like, "Do you even know how to put it on?" I was like, "Wow."
Okay, not Steve Harvey from Love Don't Cost a Thing.
How old were you at the time?
I was a sophomore in college, or
Huh?
I mean, not college. I mean, high school.
I was about to say, why we having this talk,
It was
man?
like summer going into junior year, and I think I pieced together why he asked, because we was going on a cruise, and I was telling them, like, you know, hey, I heard out here on this cruise, you know what I'm saying, there's gonna be some women, like.
Oh, you was talking
So
reckless. Okay.
I was telling them, like, so am I gonna be with you guys, or do I get to mingle with other people? That's what
Not am I being supervised?
Because I'm like, bro, it's two younger brothers and my stepsister. Like, am I gonna have to babysit them, or are we gonna all be together, or am I gonna be, you know, away from y'all?
What type of time we on? What type of trip is this really?
So it was probably like a month after that. We sitting down. We was probably watching the game, and a condom commercial came on or something like that, and he asked me, he's like, "You know what you're doing? You know how to put one on?" It was the weirdest conversation ever, but it was like. That's how that happened. Yeah.
No.
So to bring it back, I was gonna ask. I forgot what I was gonna ask. All right, but what I wanted to say though, since we was talking about, you know, the whole childhood and everything, growing up, you know, you'll hear like, "Oh, I'll give you something to cry about," you know, shit like that. To the point where it's like
The black mom threats.
yeah. And to the point it's like, all right, I don't even feel like I can tell you the simple shit going on, let alone when some big shit happen.
Right.
So like now, like I try to be as transparent as possible with my mom about certain things, but I feel like even then there's still certain things I just can't tell her because when I try to tell you things now, you don't understand what I be saying, or
Right.
you be brushing shit off and you be undermining shit. And I be talking to her about this now, like you gotta stop trying to undermine my feelings. I'm a grown man now. Like I'm gonna always be your son. That's
Damn
nothing I
near
can.
30.
Ain't no, yes, damn near 30. Ain't nothing I can do about that.
Like, she
change
ain't that
about
far
it.
behind.
I don't know how old she is. She wouldn't tell because she's a lady.
She ain't that far
She a
behind.
lady. Ladies don't tell their age.
She ain't that far behind.
So as I was saying,
Yeah.
Y'all closer to 30 than I am.
Anyways,
I got 24 more or 23 more months. 23 more months. The nigga turned 30.
you made that shit.
It's I'm trying. I
You
gotta
made it
stretch
seem
it out.
like so far.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I gotta stretch it out. I gotta use months, not years.
They teach you that when you sales.
Use bigger numbers. It sound better. But like I be feeling like you be undermining my feelings now to the point where it's like I can't even tell you like certain simple shit because I already know how you are. I already know how you gonna be. But it's like I'm trying to be better with that and like trying to open up to you more. But that's still a huge factor. I know I'm not the only one that goes through that. Like trying to just, like I said, just tell the simple stuff. That's like, well, I can't.
But you know, a lot of people have like that problem. Like in the black community, like a lot of people have that problem with their moms. It's never with their dads. Because like either like your dad was like there full time, and he wasn't there at all. But like your mom is there 24/7. So it's like it's crazy how many people have like that issue with their mom. I was the same way with my mom. I'm still the same way with my mom.
Yeah. My mom's, because we like I said, we built this relationship back. It's crazy because a lot of the stuff that I sit on the phone and talk to her about, she breaks down to like me and my mom didn't have the best relationship. You know what I'm saying? So now that I talk to her now, she kind of breaks down certain things that was happening in that time frame where our relationship was bad. Right. So it's like now that's the diary right there now. Like I talk to my mom. My dad is building his cigar thing right now. Shout out to Pops Prestige Cigar.
Facts.
And Premier Cigar.
I smoke one. That thing was Prestige.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
Go ahead and get you one.
Yeah. Go ahead, get you one, Mr. Cigar. Anyways, he's just building that now. So me personally, I mean, of course, if it's something like big too, I'll tell him. But right now, a lot of the little problems that I might be having or whatnot, I don't really bring it to him because he's focused on that. That man is making moves, and a lot of times, I just don't want that response that I'm asking him for help to kind of seem rushed, but he not noticing it. You know, somebody coming to you with something at the time, and you might just be like, all right, well, you know, just because you got something going on right now, you brushed it off real quick, but not meaning it. I don't even want that type of run-in with me and him, you know?
Like we were saying earlier, you got to know when someone coming to you.
Right.
You got to catch the signs. So it's like, if you know he going to be like that, not really just because he's that type of person, because like you say, he got stuff going on. Like,
yeah.
That's a hard factor too, because it's like, well, damn, I got shit going on too. And it's like, I'm looking to come to you because you're supposed to be my person.
You feel me?
The way we talked about it in the military was, you know, who's on your board of directors. Like when you got shit, like when you need to come down and sit down and have this meeting, who you talking to? And it's like, if you on my board of directors and I'm coming to try to talk to you, I need you to be there for me. But it's like you say, he don't know what you got going on because you ain't telling him exactly yet, or he ain't understanding the magnitude of how serious it is.
Right.
Because that'd be the problem with a lot of people too. They just don't understand. Yo, I'm being dead ass right now. Like I need you
right now.
Even if it's insignificant to me, or in reality the problem is insignificant. Right now, it's not. And so I just, whatever way you can help me, I just need you to do that. Even if it's just a 5-minute conversation, my boy, I just need 5 minutes.
Need it, yeah. So yeah, that's just it has nothing to do with how he, you know, treat me right now or whatever. It's just because he got that going on, I just don't even want that run in. I don't want to that I really need you right now and you busy and you can't really, but you don't know. You know what I'm saying, that I'm going through something. But my mom's, shout out to her, because I mean, I know it may be rough to not have a good relationship with your folks, I mean with your kid for that long. It was some years in that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And for me to be older now and we got a better relationship, I feel like it's like, I don't want to say perfect timing because it's not, but it is. Like, I'm not saying we had to fall out for this, but just for the time of me being an adult, it was a good time for our relationship to get better.
You're great. I inspired to be like you. Because, like, I can't talk to my mom. Like, when I found out I was pregnant, I did everything not to tell her. Like, I was doing everything not to tell this lady that I was pregnant. Because I knew she was going to be like, Rihanna this, Rihanna that. I'm like, I ain't even got the time, bro. So, like, when I finally did tell her, I made sure I put it on the table. I said, well, I ain't do it like how you did it. You know, you and my pops, y'all had me, and then y'all forced yourselves to get married, and that's why y'all ain't work out. I'm okay with knowing that me and my daughter's dad didn't work out. That's perfectly fine. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm pregnant. Yes, I'm keeping it. Are you gonna be here or not? If you not, it's okay. Nothing for me to move back to Chicago. It's not a problem. But I know, like, now that I have a daughter, because I really wanted a boy, but like now that I have a daughter, it's like I don't want that type of relationship that I have with my mom with my daughter. So like, everything my mom didn't do growing up, I try to make sure I do with my daughter. You know, from going out every weekend to like going on zoo dates and going to the aquarium and going to the parks and playing with other people's kids. Like, I'm trying to do it differently because, like, I don't know how to address the issues that I have with my mom. But I know my mom's issues are not with me. They're with her mom. And I feel like until she can address those issues with her mom, then we can sit down and have a conversation. But until then, it's just like, yeah, Toya, you can't know everything. But damn, I'm going to tell Ray Sr. everything. I'm going to tell my pops every damn thing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like that with my pops too, though. Like, me and him butt heads a lot now. Like, it's never just I come to him and talk and we just have the greatest talk ever. No.
Right.
But we butt heads. But he's also one of the, my daddy is older. He was born back in the day. Okay. So.
That man seen Jim Crow at his finest.
So he dealt with that being the youngest out of 5 siblings. You know what I'm saying? So maybe, I think even more of that. But in the household, I meant, like, I think it's like 5 of them. Yeah. But he dealt with that type of
neglect.
You know what I mean? Like, it was that era where men did a lot of constructive stuff. So
no, it was that era where men were told, you're a man, you can't cry, you don't have any emotions, you got to be the head of the household.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Like, they were real productive. They couldn't show emotions. They couldn't do anything. My pops used to get up in the morning. He used to drive school bus This is in high school. He used to wake up in the morning. He had to tear down a shed that my granddad didn't want no more and rebuild the new shed, like brick. He had to tear it down, build it. He used to do this every day before he went to go on his bus route. Then went to school. Then worked after school. Like, he really didn't have no room to be that emotional person.
Right.
Because he was also playing football. So you already know how that comes back in the day. You got to be tough. And he was one of the better athletes. So he couldn't really show those type of emotions in high school. Couldn't show that he was depressed because now everybody is going to be attention or whatever. So he tries to put that on me. And now he's kind of getting to the point where we can talk and we can have conversations and we can work things out. But, I mean, I feel like everything is just a work in progress.
No, I think everything stems from like black parents. Like
until
they acknowledge whatever traumatic experience they experienced during their life, their relationship with their kids are not gonna be what they want. Like, you'll be surprised at how many people say, "Oh, I had a shitty mom, I had a shitty dad," and then they don't understand the depths of like why you think your parents are so shitty. Like, your parents are so shitty because their parents were so shitty, and like they're just passing along generational curses.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think that was the thing I had to accept with my mom. Like, okay, you calling me all types of bitches and all this extra stuff, and I'm thinking like, yeah, your mom must have called you
said
that.
Like you was black, all types of bitches. Yeah, I heard that line come out my mama's mouth.
And I was like, dang, like I had to really like look within myself, like, okay, I know I'm not moving like how you was moving at my age. Like a girl at gymnastics practice, I'm at track practice.
Yeah.
I got loads of homework. Girl, I don't even go outside. I barely made it to prom.
That girl said loads.
Like,
She had to ask her homework.
what? I was in AP classes and doing dual enrollment. I was like, yeah. So you calling me all types of bitches and hoes and shit. And I'm thinking like, girl, you don't even let me outside. So how am I a whole bunch of bitches and hoes? Like, I don't get it.
I don't even have room for them characteristics.
Right. Like, on God. And I just had to realize, I was like, bro, like this must be something that my grandmother said to you. Yeah. And then you put it off on me. And I noticed it because I got two younger sisters. And the way you talk to my younger sisters, you don't talk to me. And then I'm
shout out to them. They're my dogs. I ain't talked to them in a minute.
Like, and I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, you know what? I came to you with a man's mentality because I grew up around nothing but men. And then you got me in my teen years. You got me at 15.
The prominent years, the years you really start to go through shit.
Yeah.
You know, we all in high school breed, man.
She was just like, I just remember my mom just like, I turned 16 and she was like, are you sexually active? I was like, no. Like, are you supposed to be sexually active at 16? I don't know, because I waited till I was 18 and graduated high school. I felt like that was a respectable thing to do. And she was like, are you lying to me? What I need to lie to you for? Like, right. Was you fucking at 16? Like, I need to know. Like, I just need to know.
And that'd be the problem, because they won't explain anything to you. They'll just tell you things or, like, yell at you for it.
Yeah.
Like, explain something to me.
Or turn it to a lecture. Like, those are the things.
But I don't need a lecture either.
Exactly.
Because, like, my grandma was like that. She'll try to, like, sit me down, or fuck that, sit down in her bed and have me stand up and talk to her for, like, 45 minutes. I'll be like, bro, like.
Can I sit down on the bed?
Not even that. This could be a simpler conversation if you're not just trying to yell at me, bro. Like, talk to me about things. Explain things.
I used to hate that.
And she know better because my grandma, she the second oldest, but she got 5 brothers. Mm-hmm. And there's 2 of them, 2 females. So it's like, you should know better. My mom, she had 1 brother. My uncle passed away on a motorcycle accident. She was mad at me when I bought my motorcycle, but it was like, you know, you grew up as a single child,
right?
So it was like, I feel like you were saying what my grandma did to you. Now you, not necessarily me, but like you do it to my sister because my sister, she the youngest. So it was like me and my sister talk about this a lot. So it's like until you and my grandma get right, which that ain't gonna never happen because my grandma's my grandma. We don't even have a good relationship with my grandma. And last time I be telling my mom, I was like, y'all never had a good relationship, but then you expect for us to have a good relationship. And it's like, how?
Mm-hmm. It don't work. Like my mom, her pops was like absent, but I was blessed enough to like my pops, when I was growing up in Chicago, my grandfather stayed literally down the street and around the corner. Yeah. So I'm living with my pops. I'm seeing my pops people. I go see my grandpa. Like I'm meeting everybody on my mom's side. Mind you, I don't live with my mom. My mom is down here.
Yeah.
I see my mom twice a year, and if I was lucky and I had a good enough lie, I would see her once a year. Like, it was just a thing. I was like, how you mad at me because I'm close to your dad? Like, that's not my fault.
Exactly, yeah.
Like, you grown enough to have these conversations with your parents and let them know, like, all right, this is what y'all did. Y'all see where I'm coming from type of feel. And I told my grandmother this. I was like, I don't know what happened between you and my mom, but I said it reflects on my relationship with my mom. And I said, I can't have the peak potential relationship I have with my daughter until all previous generations can acknowledge whatever it is y'all need to acknowledge.
Yeah.
But I think that go for, like, you know, the males too, because I mean, a lot of males go through a lot of shit, and you know, they're taught you can't talk about it. You know, you just got to leave it bundled up.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's cool to think like that, especially when it comes to men, and then like men raising men. And it's like, I don't feel like that's a thing that we should continue.
That's why I said, like, I want Kingsley to come be able to talk to me about whatever, because when he comes to me, I'm not going to give him that same old spiel.
Mm-hmm.
Well, look, you're going to be a man someday, you know, whatever. I'm not going to give him that spiel. Even now, like, Kingsley don't have no type of sources to what he be talking about, but I sit there and talk to him just because I'm your dad. We're going to talk. We're going to have a conversation. He calls me 60 times a minute. 60 times. Probably even more. And I don't neglect any one of them times he calls my name. Because if that's how you got to come talk to me, Daddy, let me tell you something. Dad, that's just how it's going to happen.
Man, you better than me.
Because
mommy, I'd be like, again?
I mean,
It sound like you didn't want to have kids.
every now and then, you know what I'm saying, I hit him with the wide, like, because sometimes he be doing it.
Nah,
get
but like when
excessive.
your daughter sound like Stewie, mom, mommy, mom.
It just rolls off the tongue.
Like,
Ma.
but not like for real, like babies, like they first word normally be mommy, and I'd be like,
Mine was
damn.
daddy. Sorry.
I'd be like, damn, you couldn't say your dad name first, like,
Yeah.
shit. And it's like, I always said, like, I never wanted to have kids. I don't believe in having multiple kids. I think that is so ghetto, because like, why you got so many kids running around the house? No, I always said I would be one and done. Like, that's it. So whoever took me out the game, you a real one, because
I'm none in one. None in one, baby.
no, like I never wanted. I always told people when I met Nemo, I told him, I said, I do not want kids. Like, I want one kid and one kid only. That's it. I know what it's like to grow up with siblings. I got mad siblings. Shout out to my pops for just being a Rolling Stone. But like, yeah,
Tip your hat, pimp.
like nah. Kids are a beautiful thing. I salute anybody who got more than 2 kids though, because like, you're a real one. Because like, why would you go through that again?
Facts.
Why would you do that again? Why would you do labor again? Girl, you a real one. Like, I couldn't do it.
Wouldn't know.
Yeah, I need some more.
See, that's
No.
crazy. I be having that talk with my mom. She be trying to tell me not to have kids. Like, even now, I'm 28. You heard me? I'm 28. Got no kids, and she still be trying to have a kid conversation with me. I'm like, Mom, I've already outlasted you. Whenever you had me, you was 21. You just turned 21 at that. Your birthday a month before mine. You couldn't even enjoy your 21st birthday. I am 28 with 0 kids. Stop talking to me about this. I don't
But you
need
got,
no
like-
advice. I don't need no help. I promise you, I've only had 2 scares. With out of all the women I've dated, I've only had 2 scares. And it's not even really a scare, but it's like just them like, oh, I think I'm pregnant. I've only heard that twice. I'm good. I don't need no help in this department.
Damn,
I wear
I've only
condoms,
ever said
pull
that
out game
once.
Strong. I got none of these issues, bro. I don't want kids. I know what I'm doing with my life, and right now I don't want to. It's not really a regret thing, but it's like I'm just not there yet.
Nah,
It's all right, bro.
like-
You're just going to be one of them old motherfuckers with
Or
kids.
never.
You going to have
Oh, God, he gonna have a kid
I
when he
feel
50.
like you're going to have a kid, bro, and it's going to be around that age.
And I've always told myself that's what I didn't want. Like I didn't want to be an old dad.
It's going to change, watch.
It's not gonna change.
Nah,
I'm
like,
speaking into this.
I'm gonna get a vasectomy.
I can't. I'm done.
All you niggas, bro. 35 is my max. It used to be 27. I passed that last year. Here we are, 28. 35 is my new max. After 35, I'm getting a vasectomy.
He sounded like me, because I said I wasn't having my first kid till I was 27, and I was like, oh
I wanted to be
Damn.
married and start my family at 27, bro.
no.
I mean, yeah, I was
Fuck
on
all
the
that.
way.
That was some 19 young and naive shit, bro.
Oh God, you ever been like like 18, like 17, 18, be like, yo, I'm gonna be married by 25. I'm gonna be in my career by the time I'm 25.
Listen, bro, I was supposed to be in the NFL, a wife, 4 kids.
Exactly, my boy.
You know what I'm saying? Big ass house. You know what I mean? And that's where I was supposed to be at. If it wasn't that, it was going to be rapping or dancing.
You
like,
know it, my boy.
it was going to be one of those.
You know
I
it.
promise you.
That's every
But-
nigga hood. That's every hood nigga dream. Either going to
This
the
not a
league-
hood nigga though.
Yeah, he is. Either I'm going to the league. I'm gonna be a rapper, bro.
Say, yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is, bro. Talk to my man like that, bro. Tell that
Oh,
nigga, all right,
man.
tell her, bro. Let her know.
Hey, look,
Talk to her.
you know
Let
what
her
I'm saying?
know it's in you, not on you.
It's in me.
No.
Not on me.
No.
You dig?
Sir, you're from South Carolina. Ain't nothing hood over there.
That's false.
North Charleston, South Carolina.
The Kakalakis be cracking.
You know what I'm saying? I think I've never been there, but I heard like Beaufort, South Carolina is was back then pretty rough back then. She just talking because she from Chicago. Like,
Oh, God, I seen everything firsthand.
Take advantage of your shine.
I ain't gonna lie, you probably more hood than me, yeah. But I still got it in me.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. I'm 16 years in. Like,
I know that.
Ain't
That's
no
why
probably.
Oh,
Okay,
you gonna be
wrong
17?
word. What you say?
I said, oh, you gonna be 17?
I can't with this man.
Gotta get your jokes now.
Because you been on my man's all episode.
They ain't
Nah,
hear- they
I'm
ain't
just
hear
saying.
how-
I'm.
Cause you done said some shit that I heard that I was just like, the mic. I know the mic didn't pick that up. Cause I also said some shit I know the mic didn't pick up.
I heard you a couple times.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I done heard you. I hear everything. My headphones, they're turned up. I'm hearing everything.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
My bad.
Heard it.
And I, oop.
But look, I mean, look,
The
man.
nigga was too stunned to speak.
But wait. I got a question.
What's up?
So for me, I grew up without a father. I don't know him at all. I felt like growing up. I had a conversation with my ex about this too. I felt like growing up.
I feel like he had some of like the best conversation with his exes. Y'all ever thought about bringing her on the show?
No, I don't fuck with none.
Watch out.
I'm just. This the fourth time he said it.
But
That's who he was.
Wait.
That's who he was with at the time.
I mean,
multiple exes, yeah.
Valid, but like the way he said it just made it seem like this conversation was just like the realest, most deep thing. Like, I'm thinking like, damn.
Spend
But go
time with
ahead.
KB. A lot of y'all conversations
Yeah,
is gonna be
man.
pretty
Like
deep.
I said, don't pay attention to what's on the surface.
I feel like you shouldn't have said that. I had like this really smart remark, but I'm just gonna let it go.
Hush.
All right, go
Ray.
ahead.
I want to hear it. Go
But
ahead.
no, I'm not trying to hear nothing.
Let me hear it. All right, but I felt like growing up, especially like in high school, like, you know, when we're really trying to become ourselves, the friends that we choose, not in a bad way, but like we'll be talking with them and we ain't doing nothing but sharing toxic masculinity. Like, oh, you ain't grow up without a dad? I ain't grow up without a dad. Oh, your mom do that too? Oh, yeah, my mom do that too. Like, we just exchanging stories, and it's like, oh, we think that this is how we supposed to move on now because we didn't heard it from a different perspective.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, well, I know I'm not the only one, but it's like, even then, we just sharing bad traits. So now I'm thinking like y'all niggas thinking, and we all just fatherless black men trying to grow up and be something, and we don't know what the fuck we doing. And that's another reason why I was like, if I had kids, I want to be involved in their life, because I grew up without a dad, so I don't want my kids to do that. And it's like, that's another generational curse we need to break, because it also starts with them. I wish I wouldn't even say knew him, but like could talk to him enough growing up where it's like if I needed advice, I could have had that, because I didn't. I mean, I had uncles, but like I ain't really even talked to my uncles like that. So it was
Facts.
really, I just had my mom and my grandma. Like I said, I couldn't really talk to them about certain stuff. Damn sure can't talk to my grandma about anything. She don't listen to save her life, bro. So it was like, y'all have no idea. I already told you, if I don't do certain things, it's because of my grandma.
Yeah.
Like, I don't eat certain foods because of her. Like there's a lot of things I just don't do because of them. And it's like, I know I can't, when I have kids, let them be like this too. Because
I was just talking. I just
look.
had that. Like, I just had that conversation with my homeboy the other day. I was just like, he was telling me, you know, everything that KB said, and I was like, y'all ever think about like, y'all dads wasn't around because of y'all moms? Like, I'm not saying put like all
Yes.
the blame on your mother.
Yes.
But like, do y'all ever like just look at it like,
maybe you were the problem.
yeah, like, and I was punished because of everything that you did. Like, I was blessed enough to have my pops, and then on top of that, have a stepdad.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are not that fortunate. But like the way my homeboy was talking to me, and I'm just thinking like, well, we know that you can't call your mom and ask your mom what she did to your dad, because, you know, she might lie and tell you she ain't really do nothing. He was just being a bitch and he didn't want to be there. But like,
Suicide's
I
very
wonder,
slow.
like, I really do wonder, like, black men who grow up without a dad, like, do y'all ever just like look and be like, damn, like, what if my mom was the problem? Like, what if he wasn't there? Like, what if he wanted to be there and she was just doing everything imaginable for him not to be there?
Shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like you definitely see it more now, but like at the time, well, this was the 90s. It was just as bad.
This
So
nigga,
it's very true.
he better think he a real 90s
but not
baby.
I am a real
just to go off, because I feel like it's just the way like generation and technology switch, because now these kids growing up now probably see a lot of the stuff that's happened
Right.
because it's always in front of them, whether it's their situation or another situation. Us, if anything, like even if it was to a point where like, well, if you was born and didn't your pops wasn't around, that's a different thing. But if he left at a maybe a young age, but something you can remember, like we was outside anyway. Like our generation never was just in the house. So I feel like a lot of stuff that we're blind to is always like, y'all go outside, like get out of the house, and then you know what I'm saying, they dealing with whatever they dealing with or whatnot. We don't know what's going on.
Facts, because I didn't watch my mom fight somebody one time from the window. Yeah, I was probably like 3 or 4, bro. This is when we lived in the hood too, Hawkins Village in Pittsburgh. I know what I'm talking about. If y'all
Chill
ever
out. Chill out.
I told you what I say. I'm from the hood, bro. We do this, but yeah, bro. I'm pretty sure my mom was scrapping one time, and it's like I'm from the upstairs window looking downstairs, like, what the fuck? Why we got all these people outside the house?
Yeah.
So it's like shit like that. There's certain things that back then the way they handled it is we just not gonna do it in front of you. But it's like now it's like you can't hide that shit. It's all on like what happened to
You
Kim
see it on
K?
reality TV. You see
No,
it
not even
everywhere.
that. Like their daughter saw an ad for they sex tape, Kim K sex tape.
Oh, yeah.
Shit like that. Like that shit is. I'm not gonna say that's everywhere, but there's stuff like that that's everywhere. It's online. Like kids can't even watch YouTube in peace unless you really filter their YouTube.
But if I never seen it, then I feel like it probably would have switched for me too. I feel like he would. I'm not saying he wouldn't been around, but it would have been the opposite way. Like my mom would have had custody, pops would have had visitation. But because I really witnessed what happened, what was going on, it was like, nah, I seen it. My mom, and just at least in that point of what I was witnessing, I don't know if it may have been something that he probably done in the past or whatever, but at that moment, yeah, it was definitely my mom's. Like,
See, like I didn't see it, but I was always told, like, I grew up with my 4 older brothers, and like they mom was like my mom. Like my pops and her wasn't together, but like she'd be like, Ray, you need your hair done. Like she was my mother figure, and I just remember like asking my pops, I'm like, like they mom here, but like where is my mom? Yeah. And he sat me down. I was 7. He sat me down and he said, your mother wanted her career. And I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? And he said she was ready to like take her career to the next level. When she got pregnant with you, she was in school. And I was like, well, damn, like, like why neglect me? And then like you turn around, like you leave me with my pops, and then you have my little brother. And like this the only sibling where we got the same mom and dad. So I'm just like, okay, you leave me on the south side, but then like you take my brother to Georgia and you raise him. Like, girl, what you doing? I don't like that. And I just had to like, and I was like, but like the story that my mom always told me was like, oh, your father was this, your pops was this, that, and the third. Well, if he was all of these things, why you leave me with him? And I never I never understood that. I was like, how you gonna say he one thing, but like, I don't know. I don't know. Like I can never see my pops in that light. The way like she broke it down and like why their marriage didn't work out and all this stuff that was happening. I was just like, I can't see my pops doing that, because if he was doing all that, you would have took me. If he was doing all that,
Unless every time she looked at you, she just thought of him. But then, like you said, if that was
but
the case,
I can honestly see that, because I look like a female version. I don't want to say that, but like I genuinely wholeheartedly look like my dad. I just got my mom's skin.
Favor him more.
No.
Well,
Kids, like you could tell, like kids favor like both parents. Like Kingsley got your face, and he got your eyebrows, and he got your nose. My daughter, she got everything. But like you put me and my pops, like you put me and my pops in the same room, you would think like, well, damn, is your mom really your mom? Cause I have none of my mom's features. I don't look nothing like my mom.
That's how I am. Like, I think my brother and sister, they look alike.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because people always be trying to tell me I look like my brother, but I be like, look, put all three of us together, I bet you will never say that again. And then I was like, if you look at me compared to my mom, you'd be like, yo, you're the oddball. Like, who are you? I don't have the same nose as them. I really don't look like them. I'm the darkest out of everybody.
Facts.
So it was just like, bro, where the fuck did you come from?
You met my folks. Who you think I look like?
You look like your pops, nigga. Why would you even ask me this?
Because my auntie,
spitting image, that's the junior for real.
my auntie and a lot of people on my mama's side think I look like my mom.
Yeah, because people tell me that.
Well, they be
like,
lying to
you. You look
you.
like your mom, and I just be like, how?
But the
I
thing
don't
is,
look like none of them.
I see myself every day, like pops all the way, and it's crazy because my older brother Spud, the one we was telling you about, that's a spitting image of my pops. Like that's ridiculous how much they look alike. That's to this day scary.
Like it's crazy how like genetics work. I got a little sister named Jasmine. Jasmine looked like you would think you would think I gave birth to Jasmine. That's how much we look alike. But then people always thrown off when I say we got two different dads. And Jasmine looked just like my mom, so I'm just trying to figure out like how y'all think I look like my mom and I don't look like her. If y'all put me and my mom in the same room, you can tell that my mom is Haitian Dominican. You would just think I'm just full on black. And it's like, it's just weird how genetics work. People think my daughter got a white dad because she's so yellow.
Ooh, she light skinned on my mom.
Like, I be like, well, damn, y'all, like, that shit crazy. Like, it's really crazy.
That is literally a miniature her, bruh. Like, even to just the annoyed faces they make. Like, it be so much.
But you see, that's how my nephew is. Like, I think my nephew look just like my brother do as a baby.
Yeah.
Like, I got a picture and everything. Like, I be telling her, I was like, bro, I don't know. Like, I'm not saying anything bad gonna happen, but, like, ain't no denying that nigga, bro. That he look just like you, bro. Same nose, same head, same hairline right now, everything, bro. Y'all, that's the spitting image of you.
My oldest brother, the one who was killed in 06, right? He had his girl was pregnant at the time. When he died, she was born. I'm talking about now when you say somebody look like somebody is scary, no, because now that she's older, she's like 13 now. It's like him reincarnated, bro. Exactly. It's scary to the
like
the
16,
body build, the face, the head shape, all of that. It's crazy.
Respond to what I said.
What you say? I was.
The math is not mathing.
What's not math?
She probably like 16, 17.
17.
The math was off.
Nah, she like no.
You said 06.
I just seen her.
He
was born in
06.
06.
It's 2022. That's
That's
like
what-
16.
No, bro. It wasn't like. No, it was 06.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I just seen her
Do your
like a
math.
couple months ago
Do your
for
math.
Easter. Matter of fact,
Do
she's
your
I
math.
mean,
like
unless your
13.
sister-in-law say
Unless
the
she, I was
sperm.
gonna say, unless she wasn't born in 16, this child is not. She's definitely not 13, but she. She ain't. She just.
Okay,
can't be
now I'm gonna
13.
give you. I'm gonna
That's
give
all
you
I
a
gotta say.
benefit.
She
Hold on,
can't
hold
be
on. I'm
13.
gonna give him the
What year
benefit.
was she
You
born?
pregnant 9 months. Like, does her birthday say 06 or 07?
Nah, I think her birthday said like 07.
Then even
Yeah,
then,
she like 15.
This
She like
She's
15.
not that old, bro.
Bro, she
Because she's
gotta
not.
be.
Nemo,
that,
you just don't want to
Do
face the
you-
fact
do
that
the
you're
math.
damn
no,
near
because
30.
she's not. She's no. Well, then
do the math.
I got the
It's
age wrong. It's
2022.
like it's younger than that because she's like I don't think she's in high school yet.
Get rid of the
Nemo,
get rid of the
Nemo,
twos.
you
So do
can't- you
22
can't-
minus 6.
I'm
You
saying I
can't make, you
get that,
can't
but
make her younger.
she has to. She's not in high school yet. Is
Then
what I'm
maybe
telling
this is the
y'all.
year. Later this year she'll be in high school because I promise you this ain't adding up. She's
That's-
definitely not 13.
That's what it is. She's not. I think.
Did your sister-in-law say the sperm? Because that's the only way that she might be 13, bro.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm messing up the age, but she's not that old. She's not that
I don't
old.
believe you, but
Swear to God, she's not that
I
old.
feel like y'all need to go on Ancestry.com and figure some stuff out.
But yeah, she's not that old. I promise you, she's not because who somebody in my family is in high
Okay,
school
your
now.
brother. Okay, so let's do the math. Because your brother, rest in peace, died in 06. Was it like early 06 or late 06?
Oh yeah, it wasn't like she wasn't born right after. You know what I'm saying? He was his birthday is in May.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I don't know, I can't remember
When
if
did
she
he
was
pass?
born. He died like a couple weeks after
His birthday. So we're going to say like June.
Okay.
We're going to say June. How far along was she when he passed?
I don't know. I don't know her because that was
okay. So hypothetically speaking, if your brother got birthday sex in May, that puts that and that baby was conceived in May. That's a February baby. I know because my daughter is one, and she was conceived in May. So that puts you at February of 07.
Let me tell you my timeline.
That puts you at February 07. So you got a 15-year-old.
2007.
Now, hypothetically speaking, okay, your brother passes in June, and Shorty didn't find out she was pregnant until roughly August.
This child 15, bro. Because let's do it like this. 13 years plus 2007 is 2020. It's clearly not 2020, my boy. It's 2022. If she was born in February, it's May.
But I'm saying, but what
it's
I'm
really
saying
us right now trying to do the math.
She ain't. right. She's not that old. She's not that old.
15 or 14, bro. You just.
She's not that old, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, let's get back to this episode.
Yeah, because she's not that old. I just seen her this year.
We were talking.
Then okay, look, Nima, I don't want to say it, but that might not be his kid. Like,
oh, there's no denying that they.
Okay, then she either 15 going on 16.
Hold on,
so no, just get back to it. You can do that after the episode.
Nah, I gotta. Yeah,
look,
keep talking. We can talk. We can talk. But I'm looking for something else.
Okay, so I have a question. I know it's kind of like personal. Don't take it the wrong way. But like, have you ever like decided to like try to reach out to your dad?
At one point, it was weird because I was in the military. It was 2015. I was about to deploy for the first time. I was going to Kuwait. Originally, I was supposed to go to Dubai, but we ain't gonna talk about that.
Where were you? Where did you do? Okay, I know this is like real personal, but like, where did you do basic training at?
Texas, San Antonio.
Oh, no, you probably don't know.
Yeah, because it wasn't a lot of base or anything like that. But before that time, before I left though, my mom was like, and it was weird because growing up, they always try to tell us like, oh, you and your brother have the same dad. And it was like I said, if you look at us, none of us look alike anyway. So it's just like, all right, it is what it is. Because the story was growing up while my mom was pregnant. While my mom was pregnant with me, that's when her and my dad like stopped messing around and they fell out. She moved back to Pittsburgh. He tried to keep my brother. She did a little cussy battle, but by then I was born, and she was like, I had to bribe your brother with you. Like, look, come play with your little brother. And so like that was the story. So it was like that's all I ever knew. But then like at this time I'm like, what, 21? Or about to be 21. She's like, oh, like I think this person might be your dad. Da da da. Talk to him. This and that. Like I was talking to him all the way up until I left. But it was like once I had left, like because the time difference or whatever, we just stopped talking. And then ever since then, I just never tried to reach back out because I'm just like, at this point, I don't need you no more, bro. Like I'm not saying there ain't nothing you could teach me, but like everything that you need to teach me or try to talk to me about is all too late. Not even that I know everything, but I just don't need you anymore. You're not someone I'm going to want to talk to about. I don't know you. You're a stranger. Like, you know, my mom is my dad right now. That's all I need. So that's how I felt about it. But it was like growing up, I definitely, well, not growing up. When I look back on it now, like if I would have grew up with my dad, I just know things would have been differently. Or at least if he was just involved more than what he was. Like I said, I don't know nothing about this man. Couldn't tell you his name. Don't know what the nigga looked like. To me, he's just a sperm donor.
It reminds me of that, like that Kiki Palmer meme. I ain't never seen this man a day in my life.
In fact, he could walk down the street right now.
Don't know you, my boy.
Yeah, I don't know you at all.
Don't know you, my boy.
But see, and this is what I be telling my brother. I was like, the scariest shit about this is why I be scared to date certain black people, because I just be like, you could be my cousin, bro. I have no idea. Because I don't know nobody from my dad's side of the family. That's a whole side of the family I don't know. I barely know people in my family. I was talking to my mom about that. Like, I don't know a lot of my cousins. Like, you always want to be on the phone talking, oh, your cousin this, your cousin that. Who are these niggas? Yeah. No, bro, like I'm for real.
Bro,
like
why do moms do that though?
Yeah, bro. I be like, she always be saying that. Oh, your cousin is your cousin. I'm like, bro, I don't know these people. Unfortunately, we didn't. We didn't grow up with them.
And if they try to force you around, I'm like, why are you leaving your cousins here? I don't know them.
Yeah, bro. Like, don't get me wrong. I'll talk to any and all my cousins.
Facts.
We family, bro. I got you. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
but
good.
It's like, at the end of the day, though, I'm not just so welcoming anymore. So it's just like, I'll see you when I see you.
It used to be like that in high school, though.
I'll go to a family reunion, you know. Outside of that, I ain't going on my way. They be trying to add me on Facebook. Yeah, you can add me on Facebook. I don't be on Facebook, though. So if you want to talk to me, you just wasting your time right now. So it's just like,
no, it'd be worse.
Hard,
like,
bro. It's weird because I don't talk to none of these people.
It'd be weird, like when your parents like they try to make you remember somebody. Oh, you remember so and so? No,
like,
I don't.
no,
like,
I
who the
don't.
fuck is
You
that?
remember John.
Your auntie, she took care of you when you was a baby. When I was a baby, bro. Look at what you just said. The fuck? I know my memory is good, but I
Look.
don't remember anything from below age 4.
Nah, that just happened at the boat party.
Yeah, it did.
Bro,
Your mom was-
your mom's somebody from the family had already walked up to me and like introduced herself to me. She was like, "I already know you don't know who I am. I'm such and such, blah blah blah. I used to do this when you was a baby. Okay, nice to meet you. Boy, you remember her? She used to do it. Mom, no, I do not. I don't
know why
remember
they think,
nothing
like,
about
you
this
supposed
lady.
to remember stuff from like from when you were newborn.
Do you know who
Like,
your family is when you was 3? Like, no, well, I don't
No.
remember these folks.
Nah, but you know, like black people, everybody your cousin. Like, you know, your mom got
God.
that one
Facts.
best friend that been there like forever.
No, that's
Oh,
my-
that's your auntie, and her
That's my
kids your
godmom.
cousins.
That's how it is. That's my godmom. My godmom was my mom's high school best friend. She got kids there. Those are my godbrothers. Sisters. But I do know what you're saying. Like, oh yeah, that's your auntie. Come to find out, this shit. Your loyal friend, who was there from day one. That's how I feel. Like I'm a lot of people uncle, but I'm not really your uncle. I'm just a loyal friend that was there from day one, bro.
That's how it is, bro. That's KB is KG, uncle.
Facts. Look, I'm a lot of people uncle, but I'm
He
technically
got
only
like 30 uncles and like.
Yeah,
one real nephew.
he got a good bit of more homies that's coming behind him.
That
You
nigga got
feel
a
me?
football team. Right
Facts,
now.
bro. And I'm gonna
Yeah.
take care of all my nieces and nephews. Y'all know I love y'all.
Oh God,
Bro, y'all all
He
my
can't
favorite.
even name them all.
Why can I not? There's Shy. There's Heaven. You want me to keep going?
how many is it? First off,
There's like 10.
10. Okay.
Oh nah, bro, you good?
outside of
You
my
good?
real-
He got 2
outside
for
of my
2.
real nephew, there's 10.
Okay. Yeah.
I know all of them.
Damn. I mean, for me, I got 3 nephews, like biologically 3 nephews, 1 niece, and then I got a godson, and then I got a niece. That's it.
Yeah, I got
A bunch of nieces.
biologically. I got 2 nephews and a niece.
Man, look, your niece and nephews, they be like your first real like practice with some damn kids, bro.
Facts.
Mine actually no, because they were both by my 2 older brothers. I still to this day have not met his first son.
I know what you mean. My cousin, I just found out he got 3 kids now. I was like, wait a minute, when did he get a second kid? Like, I barely
This
met
nigga still on the first one.
Yeah, bro. I saw her on Facebook, and I was like, yo, who the hell is this? I was like, Mom, he got another kid. She's like, yeah, he got another girl pregnant. I was like, huh?
Yo,
I just
that's
found out
another
my
thing.
cousin
Like,
just had a baby. I was like, yo, you had a what? Girl, you younger than me. Oh wait, we grown. My bad. Bro, I be scared. I be like, what y'all mean y'all having kids now?
Hell no.
that shit be killing me. That multiple baby mama shit. Oh my god, my brother, like my oldest brother, it's 3 baby moms, and I'm just like, all y'all got boys. All y'all boys look like my brother, and I'm like, I tell him that shit. Well, I used to tell him all that shit all the time. Like, this shit is ghetto as fuck. Like, before people was outside saying I can't let a nigga baby mama me, like I had that shit firsthand. I was like, yeah, I can't definitely let a nigga baby mama me, bro. Cause why my brother got 3 of them? Like, it's the audacity for me.
I'm not
No,
trying to run
because
into that.
This is what it is. In every relationship, he tries He tries to make every relationship a
Nah.
new relationship. So with these new women, he really wanted something with them. So they tried to have a kid, do the whole 9 yards. But obviously, the relationship ain't work.
Ain't work out.
Nah, he was only
Yeah,
in a
3
relationship
baby
with one of them. The other 2, like we say sneaky links, but back then, I don't know what they was called, but back then they was called something else. And I was just like, bro, how you get caught slipping, bro?
The lawn guy.
Hey, they might have had that fire, and he couldn't do nothing about it.
Clearly, you don't pay attention.
I wouldn't know.
Duh.
He something about him made him dive up in there
And couldn't resist.
raw.
Y'all are disgusting.
There's a few women I was willing to give a kid to. Just 2. I lied. Just 2.
Confirmed fact.
She is
My pops just texted me,
not 13.
and he said she is 13.
Then that mean your
And
brother
she
died in
wasn't
08.
Born, no, it's not even that she died. She
No.
wasn't born in 2007.
That's why
She wasn't born in 2006. She wasn't born in 2007 because that means this year she'll be what? 14?
I think so. Yeah.
2008.
So that mean like your brother died in like 07.
Nah, he died in 06.
That's not
I just
his
got the times like when I get to telling the story when I say right after, I just didn't want to drag it on. But I don't know exactly when she was. I don't know what
This
year.
baby wasn't born.
I don't know what
anytime
year
soon,
she
bro.
was born. But just to get to the fact, I was just like, he died then not too long ago. She was born. You know what I'm saying?
You need to
But
stop,
she's
you need to
13.
stop saying that then, because it clearly wasn't.
No.
not
The
too
math
long
is
ago.
not
Yeah,
mathing.
bro,
She's
the math
13.
is not adding up, bro.
She's 13.
Well, however,
We're just gonna charge it to
need
the game that
figure
your
out-
dad got like dementia, because y'all math is not
Yeah,
mathing.
bro, something ain't adding up right now.
KB,
And-
next question.
Just wait. I'm going to confirm it in just a minute.
Just wait on it.
But yeah, well, we probably ain't gonna be able to put it on mic. It's a little late here,
Yes.
so we're gonna have to wrap this guy up. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to put it into it. It was a
Oh, pause. Don't say that again.
what? What did I say?
We gonna have to
Nothing, bro.
wrap
Because I
this
caught
guy
it.
up.
Wrap this guy up, bro. I've always said that. That's not a pause moment.
Put your Jimmy Cat away, my boy. Put your Jimmy Cat
That's
away.
not a pause
You
moment.
know what a Jimmy Cat is?
A Jimmy Cat?
Yeah.
Your shit.
Yeah, shit.
What are you talking
Jimmy
about?
Cat is a condom. Wrap
Oh
it up.
yeah, I mean, I thought you talking about, but I know that.
Well, don't say it then. Say something else.
Nigga, what you think? So when a motherfucker finish a movie and they say that it's a wrap,
I mean,
Well, when you
movies
say
have
it
better
like
endings.
It's a wrap. That's different than let's wrap this guy up.
let's wrap it up. Let's wrap this guy up. Let's wrap this thing up. Let's wrap this up. What do you mean? This
Stop
is a
saying
known. This is a known phrase. Let's
I don't
wrap
like
this
it.
up.
What we're doing on the GYFE podcast is not saying wrap it up.
No, y'all just weird. Okay,
You sound like Quagmire.
Everybody
Like,
weird.
y'all just weird.
Everybody weird.
That's all that is. Y'all just weird. But anyway,
who is y'all? I was just laughing at what
no,
he
because you said you caught it.
She did call it. Yeah,
Because it ain't no, it ain't nothing to catch, bro.
Pause.
All he said was pause. No, you can't say but I knew what he was saying. Pause. I was like, well, damn.
Don't get caught.
Fuck
slipping out
y'all,
here.
because it ain't even. That one wasn't that deep.
All right.
That one was not that deep.
Well,
What was the other thing that he said earlier tonight?
when I told you to say something, or with him,
The first time, yeah, we
was the
that
first
one
thing
was
that he
bad.
said?
But I forgot what I said that fast.
Oh,
But
when I was coming out.
yeah. That one was okay, but nah, new and no, it's not.
we all think we're safe.
It's not.
No, I'm safe. I ain't saying nothing, but
No,
I ain't saying
the
nothing.
some of the stuff that you've been saying, Nemo, it's kind of like
You a little sus, my boy.
watch out, watch out.
it's giving very much. Yes.
No, it ain't. It ain't giving very much. Not a goddamn thing.
Not up in here.
For wrong with y'all. I'm not playing that game. Nope.
Well, guys, we hope we allowed y'all to at least, I'm not gonna say acknowledge it, but notice it more when you get depressed. Are y'all gonna be able to notice y'all trigger signs or what actually got you into this state to the point where y'all reaching out and seeking help? It's something as easy as just a phone call to a friend. I'm not telling you to go to therapy because I've never been to therapy, but there's nothing wrong with therapy. I think we should normalize telling people to go to therapy because we be telling people to go to therapy now, but it'd be for some guaranteed crazy shit. It's, no, man, therapy could be for anything. I know I had a rough childhood, and no one ever told me to go to therapy. They just told me to suck it up, deal with it, get over it. And it's not a good look. You're causing trauma that don't need to be there, and you're putting on extra stress to yourself that don't need to be there just from a simple conversation. So don't be afraid to reach out. Talk to somebody. You can talk to me. We'll have a conversation. I'm being dead ass.
I know. It's just the way you was looking when you said, "Come talk to
Yeah,
me."
you can come talk to me. You know what I'm saying? We talk about it. I done been through life, so I don't judge people anyway. Just because who am I to judge you? I'm just one of the billions of people that walks this earth. I'm nobody special.
Facts.
But I'm an ear. I ain't gonna judge you. I'll listen. If you want advice, I'll give you advice. If you want a different perspective, I can give you a different perspective.
You did.
Because I know when I was going through my shit, I felt like I needed that and I wanted that. And like I said, I feel like I lost touch with people like my friends and shit. They was looking at it like, oh, look at this weak ass nigga. Look at this nigga bitching, crying like a little bitch. You know, it's like, nah, bro. Like, yeah, I know I don't act like this on a Monday through Friday, Sunday through Sunday. Hit me up, see how I'm doing, check on your boy. Like, I had friends who did that, but like even then it was like I thought everybody was my friend on my social media. Why you on my social media if we ain't friends? Get the fuck up out of here then.
Get gone.
Don't just watch my
Fuck you
story.
tonight.
Like, and that was another thing. Like I said, I was posting shit like every day, not like intentional. I'm not posting shit because I was trying to get your attention, but it was like this is how I felt, and it was like I said, you know, this ain't how I act on a normal. Why was you reaching out to me? If I'm supposed to be your friend, reach out to me. Friends, learn these trigger signs.
Friends.
Notice when your people
Learn.
is not being themselves.
Pay attention. think.
Because if I
See.
claim to be your person or your best friend or whatever it is, and I hold you true and dear to my heart, I ain't gonna let you go through no shit by yourself to the point where you might start to have suicidal thoughts, because that's what follows depression, suicide. I don't want you to get to this point. Let's stop that before we get there. I
Exactly.
didn't get there. Like I said, I was depressed for 8 months, and that's a long ass time. But I never once got to the point where I was like, maybe I should kill myself.
Oh God.
And so I don't want you to get to that point where you definitely feel like that's your only option.
That's your only option, and you can't get. Yeah, I feel it. So really, more of the story for you, on the friends, the people listening who you're the one that your friends come to. Check on your peoples. Love your peoples. Stay tuned with your peoples so you can understand when your peoples are off. You know? So
Sometimes give them that space, because I know too, like when I was going through shit, like for the few people who did reach out to me at first, I straight up told them, nah, everything is not all right. I don't feel like talking about it, but hit me back up.
I mean, yeah, I'm not
Do
definitely,
that part.
especially if that's how you get answered. Like if you get answered like that, what I would say is still pay attention, but
Yeah.
don't take that as the final word.
Right.
You
or,
come
or
in,
be like, well, shit, I tried. No,
Yeah.
bro, that's not trying.
you once you check in with somebody and they give you an answer like that, like everything's not okay. I'm just trying to work through it. Let me just like, no, I don't want to talk about it.
At least right now.
Right. So
Check in on me again later.
exactly.
Maybe a few days or a week.
Once you got that answer, you'll know when to check back in. You'll know when something isn't feeling right. You know what I'm saying? But don't be that friend that's the overbearing, because then people going through depression who don't want to be bothered, when they feel too pressured to talk, then that's really when things really start going left.
Or you could be like me and you just like, I don't know how to talk about this shit. I don't know where to begin. Like,
Yeah.
like I said,
Facts. That
I
is the other
personally
side.
Never knew how to, like, I never been through this shit before. I didn't know how to deal with it. So it's
Yeah.
like, I wasn't expecting me to just start opening up to everybody. Because, I mean, I have a terrible childhood, but like I didn't have the most ideal childhood, to the point where in my adult life, there's things that I just never learned. It's like I'm learning for the first time.
Yeah.
So that's all it is. Sometimes this might be your first time going through depression too. Don't become recluse like I did and duck yourself off and hide off in a goddamn room and stare at 4 white walls all night. A nigga couldn't sleep. Don't do that.
Facts. Well, we here to close the door on another episode. It was a great one. Love the conversation we had. We were joined by Miss Ray here. Let them know where they can follow you at, how they can see your content.
My Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok are all Sports Bay Ray.
Can you spell that out for the people who can't spell? It's all fun and games until they be like, I can't find you. How you spell that? Do you spell it differently?
How do you spell
Is there
Ray?
caps in there? Do you spell it like R-A-I or R-A-Y or R-E-I? Whatever?
Sports with a Z?
Exactly. Spell it out for the people now. I'm not trying to insult y'all, but I just don't want y'all to have any mishaps, because she really might have something that y'all need. I don't know it's there because you couldn't find her page.
Oh my God, chill. It's SPORTSBAERAI.
She didn't know how to spell it.
That whole time you was taking it, you was explaining, she was over there like, okay, let me get the letters
Watch
right
out.
now. Let me get the
Stop.
letters.
Y'all looking at a spelling bee champ. Watch out.
That would be champ. Prove it. Hey. Oh, never mind. I was say that offline. Never mind. It's not nothing bad. It's just it's gonna take too long.
All right, man. But yeah, y'all know where to follow us at, so I ain't spelling it, but at
Cozy is
GYF
pimp.
Entertainment, on Instagram, the Nemo Show __, and you heard that man over
Cozy
there.
is _pimp.
You didn't
the
ask
one and
Nemo to
only.
spell his show.
Because they've seen it already. We are it's
Y'all
out
are
there.
our followers. Y'all should know how.
You are on. You're a guest here, so you got to spell it for the people who you may gain from this. They know who we are. So when we hopefully get on an episode with her hosting a podcast, then we'll get on to spell it. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna spell it wrong on purpose.
Okay, are y'all free this week? I gotta drop a video soon, so I gotta drop a video before I do another mental health check-in.
I mean,
My nights are free for the most part.
Is this the one you say got the complicated schedule?
yeah, his
my schedule? Yeah.
on the like when it came to the weekend, like
I be working every weekend.
his schedule is kind of bad.
Because
I'm free. every day after 4. Like,
Think about
Yeah,
my
we might
work
just have to do
schedule
like one at a time.
is- Yeah. So I was saying, the thing about my work schedule is my hours aren't ever the same.
yeah,
Like, I
he
work-
doesn't have
you
a
know,
set like
I'm a
nigga be like come in at 4. No,
You're a
it's,
bartender?
Yeah,
oh yeah, we be getting.
that's one of my mini jobs. 1 to 3. I got 4 sources.
I was about to say he gotta have something else because
Yeah, 4 sources of income.
Yeah.
No, you can bank off bartending if you work at
I mean,
the right
yeah.
spot.
you can, but like you're in Atlanta. Every nigga in Atlanta got like 3 jobs.
Oh, that's what's up. Shout out to y'all hustlers.
I don't have.
3
Well, I'm
jobs.
not in Atlanta either, so
Well,
never
my
mind.
thing, I don't look at things as jobs. I just look at it as a source of income. So I have 3 sources of income. I'm straight.
A
Facts.
job.
You know what I'm saying? No, because one of my sources of income is not from a job. It's from my disability.
You two same zodiac sign motherfuckers. We gonna go back and forth.
We straight.
I'm just bullshitting.
Who is we?
Y'all just.
Oh, you not? Am I bothering you? Man? Is my Aries presence annoying your Aries presence? You know, 'cause
I don't like that. Like you ever like when you like an alpha female and you like meet alpha male energy, you just be like, damn nigga,
I'm
you
not even
annoying.
exuberating alpha male energy right now. I'm just chilling.
It's giving me very much like,
I'm
damn
cozy
nigga.
motherfucker.
Listen, we love y'all. We definitely appreciate the love that we get.
Who
y'all
is
make
we?
sure y'all turn.
Y'all be using this we word like
me
so
and him.
loosely.
Me and him.
Meet her, Mike.
This is
Meet her, Mike.
this
It's not
is
about
me
you
and
right
him.
now.
Okay. So let me re-say what I was saying to our people.
Okay.
To our family.
We love y'all. We appreciate the love that we get, and we give it back to y'all tenfold. We thank y'all for
Yeah,
listening
you definitely
again.
country saying
And
tenfold.
tune in to this episode with Miss Sports Bay Ray. And y'all have a good night.
Thank you for coming out. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Y'all stay blessed and highly favored out there.
And stay dangerous. Gotta end with
Ooh,
that.
always.